What if I told you that you were doing something that not only made your life more difficult as a physician, but hurt children and cost money? Well, if you're doing x-rays to diagnose constipation in children, that's exactly what you're doing. Constipation is a huge problem in the pediatric population, and we see this presenting to emergency departments and clinics all the time. How are we going to diagnose constipation? Turns out there's something called the Rome-3 criteria. And the Rome-3 criteria are very simple things that we can ask on history or look for on physical exam. They're things like, hey, do you take massive poops that plug the toilet? Do you soil in between bowel movements? Do you have bowel movements that are really difficult to pass and hurt? These are the types of things we should be asking for. Now, what about doing an x-ray to diagnose constipation, you might ask? Turns out there was a systematic review in 2012 by Berger that showed that there was no significant benefit to our diagnostic ability when we do x-rays for constipation. In addition to that, the North American and European societies for gastroenterologists, hepatologists, and nutritionists all agree that we should not be doing x-rays for constipation in kids. You may be asking yourself then, well, what about harm? Aside from unnecessary radiation? Absolutely. Turns out Friedman did a study in 2014 that showed when we do x-rays to diagnose constipation in children, we increase the chance that we're going to miss significant other things. And we're not talking about wimpy things we're missing, we're talking about things like intussusception, appendicitis, bowel obstruction. I want to tell you two stories. First story is a kid that comes in who hasn't pooped in 2 weeks, has very infrequent bowel movements that plug the toilet, that hurt, and he's having some bleeding from his bum, and he's having soiling between. Is that kid constipated? Absolutely. Do you need to do an x-ray? Absolutely not. Second story, I just got back from the all-you-can-eat meat buffet where I ate my body weight in meat. You x-ray me in 2 hours, guess what you're gonna see? Lots of poop. You know why? That's what my guts do. They process food into poop. X-ray me, you're gonna see lots. Does it mean I'm constipated? Absolutely not. At the end of the day, constipation is a clinical diagnosis. Do a good history, do a good physical exam, make your diagnosis, and remember, always draw your own conclusions.